Hey guys. Sorry. Have you seen that dumb video this morning? How ridiculous. And did you see this? This is the most Canadian thing a winner of a US Open could possibly do. She apologizes for winning. Sorry, you guys. You probably wanted Serena to win. It's so funny. Here we go.
I know you guys wanted Serena to win, so I'm so sorry.
So Canadian.
And obviously it was expected for Serena to fight back. She's done that so many times in the past. That's why she's a true champion on and off the court. But I just tried my best to block everything out.
So, that's some humble champion material right there, saying, I know you guys probably wanted to see somebody else, but I did my best and I won, and yay. So that's amazing. Good job. Wonderful. And, well, congratulations as well, right? That's such a cool thing. Lorrie Goldstein, and into the Canadian political news, which is less uplifting. Lorrie Goldstein, or Steen, and I keep saying it wrong, so I apologize, Lorrie, but thank you for continuing to do what you do. He says, Liberals are wearing this one. Hashtag Trudeau inherited so much, now trending in second place behind hashtag Scheer was so poor that hashtag Canadian Polly. So now, first I have to say, I don't think I've met a single Canadian person, not one, who would shame somebody for being poor. Like, if you were a grade 6 making fun of somebody, you might do your family was so poor. And even then, you probably wouldn't get laughs because your friends would be like, dude, come on, right? Like, attack him for something else, but his family being poor? Come on, grow up, right? So this is, I don't see how this is trending at all. I don't see how this Scheer was so poor that is trending, because painting somebody who wants to be prime minister as poor doesn't exclude them from the job. Nobody's going to say, oh, we couldn't have a poor person. Like, what are you talking about? What kind of insanity is going through getting that to hashtag to trend? Because Canadians just aren't that mean. And, well, it was trending. Here, I want to show you. This is 7 hours. Okay, well, hold on. We'll start with a couple hours ago because it was trending overnight and not so much now. So it's Scheer was so poor is in 5th place 2 hours ago and completely gone 1 hour ago because it's not popular. And Trudeau inherited so much is trending up to 3 right now. You watch, they'll explain it away as saying it's bots. But a couple of hours ago, Trudeau was so poor was trending number 1, right? Or sorry, Scheer was so poor is trending number 1, right? 15 hours ago, 16 hours ago, 17 hours ago, 18 hours ago, number 1, 19 hours ago. How's that trending so much, right? And really, like, what kind of people are celebrating those hashtags? So I had to look around, and most of this is basically saying what I'm saying. Like, this seems like a really ill thought out hashtag. What are you doing? Look at your elitism, basically. So having a look through this, I couldn't find a lot of honest Scheer was so poor that. So possibly this hashtag was trending because people were doing this. I mean, look at these responses, and I apologize that I'm scrolling fast, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. It's just one. It's a bad idea. Okay, here's one. Gagnon Sikand is saying Scheer was so poor that he had to buy his conservative values secondhand from Stephen Harper. Is that something that's really going to catch fire? Really? And we're going to get to this one. But yeah, like this seems really poorly thought out. So, and here's Miss Kinsella, I believe Warren's wife, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure if they're related. That's immaterial for the purposes of this story. But she says, quote, I was a welfare mom. I used food banks and I worked really hard to change my circumstances, even when I wanted to give up. Mocking poverty is an extremely bad taste, no matter who does it. Or maybe sister, I don't know. I don't know who this person is, but I'm saying this is an example of Scheer was so poor that being in bad taste, really bad taste. And so here's the Trudeau inherited so much hashtag. And well, this one's, in my opinion, honestly trending. Look at all of these people having a discussion about this hashtag. And well, I mean, it's interesting to look at the state of our Canadian politics, right? It's one party is trying to get a hashtag trending because that's how hashtags trend. You organize somebody and you say like, hey, let's get this trending. And then you retweet it and other people retweet it and then it gets trending. And then you move it up and so on and so forth. And like there are sometimes they happen organically all by themselves, but sometimes they happen with organizations that start it, and sometimes they happen with lots of money, and they say, well, let's get this trending, right? And that's what the sheer was so poor looks like. And then this looks like a response to that. And well, I mean, that's the state of our politics, and watch for this to be suppressed. Here's another related story. I saw, and this is Melissa Lantzman saying, sometimes campaigns make the right decision 9 days after the internet tells them to. So long, middle-class cufflink adjusting hero. So about 10 days ago, there was a Twitter thread and a couple other threads talking about how Mr. Morneau, Will Ferrell lookalike, and Panama Papers alum, meaning he's in the Panama Papers, is adjusting his French cufflinks. And that's so middle class, right? And basically the whole Twitter sphere erupted, and I saw it, and there's other stuff going on, and I've got only so much time, so I can only cover so many stories. But I saw it, and I thought, man, that's interesting. So what happened? What happened a couple of days later? Oh, they covered it up. Bill Morneau covering those French cufflinks. Yeah, no, just elect Bill Morneau. Here's his re-elect Bill Morneau. Yeah, hashtag Scheer was so poor. You know, not like Bill Morneau, who knows how to use the Panama Papers to hide money in different areas, right? Because that's what it means, right? Right. Moving on, here's the Toronto Star. Now, here's a question that bears an answer, or begs an answer. Why spend time on writing about somebody if nobody cares about him? If nobody cares about him, they don't click on the link, right? But if they want to read about him, then they click on the link. So why spend time writing about somebody if he's not popular, if he's not driving traffic? Just like Trump, right? Trump is basically 50% of the clicks going to the New York Times and whatever. All Trump hate stories, but that's what people want to read because that's what they've been told to want to read by the media. And the media just comes out with them again and again and again. And this one's just interesting. Toronto Star is tweeting, ignored by a child climate crusader after his most provocative outburst. The People's Party of Canada leader is left gasping for political oxygen. Ha! I mean, how? If that were true, why write the article? Right? Kick him when he's down. Nobody's paying attention to him, so look at him. Let's kick him when nobody's paying attention to him. Right? Ha! We got him that time. And for the final kind of, you're going to go with that? Green leader, Global News is reporting, Green leader urges other parties to boycott French debate that excludes her. Welcome to Canadian politics, where we're going to talk about it when it affects the left, but forget about it when it affects anybody else. Or you're racist if you talk about it when it affects anybody else. So Miss May would like to be invited to this debate, but she's being excluded. Here we go. Green Party leader Elizabeth May has called for other party leaders to boycott an upcoming French language debate that has excluded her. In a statement Saturday, May said her, quote, expectation of inclusion in a leaders debate is, quote, entirely legitimate. The citizens of Quebec and francophones across the country deserve to have access to full and fair debate that includes all leaders. Democracy and fairness demand it, she says. Oh, democracy demands it, does it? So what's your position on the Monk debate, and what is your position on the federal debate that's got the commission looking at including Bernier now? You haven't mentioned anything publicly to defend Mr. Bernier, although he's come to your defense with regard to this debate. There's a tweet that I'm not going to show because time. I guess I could show it. Hold on. I'll go get it. Here's Mr. Bernier's tweet. He says, Quebec TVA, TVR Son, I think, will host a French debate with all leaders except Elizabeth May and me. This is undemocratic. Quebecers should be able to hear all options. Even more bizarrely, they say they've invited all party leaders represented in Quebec. So why am I not there? Mr. Bernier is an MP from Quebec, elected in Quebec. And he's a People's Party. He's a sitting MP. Okay, back to the article. Hosted by TVA and moderated by Pierre Bruno, the French language debate Face à Face 2019 is scheduled for Wednesday, October 2nd between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. TVA announced this debate on Friday. TVA Nouvelle calls it the first chance to see Prime Minister Justin Trudeau debate before this year's election. Other leaders confirmed for the debate are Andrew Scheer of the Conservative Party, the NDP, the NDP's Jagmeet Singh, and Yves-François Blanchet of the Bloc Québécois. Quote, as for Elizabeth May of the Green Party and Maxime Bernier of the People's Party, TVA's management said it only invited leaders whose parties are represented in Quebec and who have already won seats in the province, a translation of an article on TV Nouvelle said. TVA's group vice president of communications, Veronica, sorry if I've got that wrong, Mercier said in an email Monday night that TVA has, quote, invited the leaders of all the parties that have elected representatives from Quebec. The TVA Nouvelles was, of course, provided coverage of other parties and their programs. On-air interviews included, she said. The Greens are calling it a violation of the democratic principle of full and fair debate on election issues and demanding that TVA represent the inclusion criteria established by the Leaders Debate Commission. Oh, there it is. There it is. I think that's interesting. That's how she's demanding inclusion, but just like the federal guys, whatever they say, don't include Mr. Bernier. Ridiculous, right? Have some principles, please. Back to the article. The Green Party currently holds 2 seats in the House of Commons. 1 seat was won in the 2015 general election. The other was won in a by-election in May. Both Green MPs are from BC. This is not the first time May has not been invited to an election debate. In 2015, she was excluded from at least 3 major election debates. By excluding Elizabeth May from the debate, TVA is failing to provide citizens with a real portrait of their options in the upcoming federal election, Green Party Deputy Leader Daniel Green said in a Saturday statement. It is even more disappointing given the intense interest in the climate emergency. The Greens have kicked off an online petition to let May into the debate, calling TVA's decision outrageous. And I'll just leave it there. The Conservatives weighed in and they said, we've got nothing more to say. And Jagmeet Singh said, yeah, let her debate. Why not? I'll debate everybody. And then it goes into news about the Federal Debate Commission. So it's interesting what's going on in our democracy. To me and to Mr. Bernier, democracy means you get to hear all options and you get to make up your own mind. To these people, the Green leader, the NDP leader, the Conservatives, and the ruling Liberals, freedom to make up your mind includes their freedom to limit your choices. Even though Elections Canada recognizes the People's Party as a legitimate party, we are represented in more ridings across the country than the NDP, the Liberals, or the Greens. The only party who has more is the Conservatives. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see the behavior of these commissions, these leaders who are demanding censorship, essentially, that helps them. Which makes sense if you're playing the politics game, right? But if you're playing the politics game honestly and you're trying to represent democracy in a democratic way, well, democracy demands that everybody hears everything on the table, and then they get to make up their own mind. Not you get to hear this very, very small Overton window, and from that Overton window, make up your mind and ignore those people over there. It's concerning, to say the least. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful